It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. This is the Action Sports Jax postgame show, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Well, you watched it. We watched it. We all watched it. Welcome to the postgame show. Hicken here. Jags are in Kansas City, losers, 27-17. Lot to dissect here over the next hour. Lesson number one, the team that goes to the AFC Championship game 4 straight years ain't the Raiders. So when you get behind them 14-0, it's pretty much ball game, especially on the road. Maybe you can do that at home to a lousy football team. Can't do that on the road. Lesson number one. Lesson number two, I'm not going to kill this team. I know a lot of you want me to kill them. You know what? Excuse the French, it's a damn shame. Today's game I kind of call a damn shame because they're just not quite ready for it yet. You see signs, man. I think Doug Peterson's a great coach, man. I think we got the right guy. I think Trevor's getting better every week. I think all you Trevor killers are going to have to eat some crow. All the ones who say bust, bust, bust. He's not a bust. He's going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. Played a really good game today. Really had 3 touchdown passes. One of them taken back. He's already thrown more touchdowns this year in 10 games than he did last year in 17. So some good things are happening. We need better players at a lot of spots. A lot of guys are playing disappointing football. But it's a damn shame because I could sit here and give you a million reasons why they could have won, but they don't. They don't when they play good teams. They're not quite ready for prime time. They make mistakes that you can't make. You know, think about how this game started, man. Onside kick. Nobody expected it. Great call. Beautiful. Jags ball. Kirk drops the ball at the 10-yard line. Got a punt. Get nothing out of the onside kick. Chiefs drive the field. Fumble the football. Jags recover. Let's get points. Nothing. 2 missed field goals in the first half. Unacceptable. Can't miss. NFL, man, can't miss from 51, and you dang sure can't miss from 41. All right? Trevor throws a touchdown. We got a legal man blocking downfield. Andre Sisco makes big play. Andre Sisco came to play today. He'll be on Jags Report Live tomorrow, I believe. So that is some he's the only one on the defense. 41 and 44, you know. 44 has an excuse. He's a rookie. 41, I don't know what to tell you about that guy. I don't know, man. We'll be back next year, but I ain't seeing it. I don't know if they're not using them right. I don't know. The guy had 10 sacks his rookie season, hasn't done much since. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. Like the drive that they went for the touchdown, you know, he goes back to pass, everybody's covered, he takes off and scoots for 20 yards. I mean, what do you do? I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. And he looks like everything is slow for him. Like he drops back, sits in the pocket, looks around, everything's happening around him. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, this guy's going to, let me get away from this guy. I'll roll out over here. I'll come over here. Oh, sorry. I'll flick it out here. Oh, look. I mean, just best quarterback in the NFL. Threw for over 300. Had 4 touchdown passes. Sisco had a nice pick. 2 big hits. Neither were penalties, by the way. Neither were penalties. One was unfortunate because Juju Smith-Schuster had to leave the game, so I hate that. But both good football, clean hits. So shout out to Andre Sisco and the way he played football. Let's look at the numbers from the quarterbacks, and you'll see what I mean. Trevor, I think his rating was 106. You got to get rid of this fumble thing, Liv, on the bottom. I think I tell you this every week. Get rid of the fumbles and put rating. And let's look at what their rating is. Like Mahomes is probably, he had a pick, so do you have the 2 ratings? Did Trevor have a better rating than Mahomes or no? You'll go look. All right. Well, while Liv looks, I will tell you, and Liv is our producer for those who don't know. Ooh, Patrick, 129. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, our defense really poor today. I mean, the Chiefs ran for, first off, Patrick threw for 331 and could have thrown for more. The Chiefs ran for over 150 today. I mean, they can't run the ball against anybody. And today they ran it for 150. So that was disappointing. Devin Lloyd did recover a fumble, but Muma's in there a bunch now, and I don't know, man. Kelsey, I thought we did okay on Kelsey. He didn't kill us. Give me the team. Give me some more stats. Throw that up there. This is a sickening number at the bottom there. I guess you don't call penalties against Kansas City. 0. Jags only had 5 for 30, though. That's fine. Total yards, 486 for Kansas City. I think they had 300 at the half. Jags had 315. But when you win the turnover battle, 3-0, 3-0, I mean, those are games in the NFL. You win. You win. They did not win. They did not win. What's happening in that Buffalo-Minnesota game right there, by the way? Is Minnesota going to win? It's looking like Josh Allen fumbled the ball down on the goal line. Did they stop him? Oh, no. Do we have a Larry Zonka-like moment here? What just happened? Is it a safety? Oh, my gosh. Something crazy just happened in Buffalo, Minnesota. Liv, check on that and get back to me. I got to talk about the Jags. That's what I'm paid to do. But when you win the turnover battle, Minnesota's winning 29-27, and Buffalo has the ball on their own goal line for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, by the way, Josh Allen today, MVP candidate, did a Trevor today. They're driving, the ball's on the 5, he's rolling out, he throws it, intercepted. I mean, terrible throw. Guy returned it 50 yards. Bad play. I mean, the Bills were in control of this game the whole way, and they're going to lose, it looks like. So pretty weird stuff in Buffalo right now. I still think the Bills are a great team and probably headed towards playing Kansas City, but they might have to go to Kansas City again if they keep losing these kind of games. This is bad. And by the way, give the Vikings credit. Dan Hicken, Super Bowl pick from the NFC, Skull Vikings will go to 8-1 when they win this football game. So some crazy stuff happening with Buffalo and Minnesota. Anyway, back to the Jags. Just not ready, man. So many mistakes, so many chances to get back into the football game, and they're not able to do it. Christian Kirk had himself a day. He had 9 catches for 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he has 7 touchdowns this year now, which, by the way, is a career high for him. Zay Jones had 8 for 68, played well. Etienne only got 11 carries. I know, don't come back to me and say, why didn't we run? We got to run the ball more. We got to run the ball more. The plays were all there, man. We got to execute the plays. We got to make the field goals. We got to score a touchdown. I mean, we left, how many points did we leave out there? 7, 10 points. What was the final? 27-17. What should it be? 27-all. Should be playing in overtime right now, screaming and yelling at the television for Trevor to throw a touchdown and not let Mahomes get on the field. But that's not what happened. The Jags just not quite ready. So bye week, and then it's Baltimore at home. That's not easy. Let's take a look at the AFC South standings now. Tennessee, is it 14-10? 17-10 Tennessee. All right, so they're leading the Broncos. If they win, they'll go to 6-3. Colts are playing the Raiders now. Jags lose 3-7. Texas Giants over? Yeah. Texans are out of the picture. They're 7-1 now, I believe, without loss today. So, again, the Jags are done as far as the division. This silliness that some of the Jag loyal guys around here try to tell you that the Jags, if they win, they still got the Titans twice. That's not good news for us, okay? The Titans are going to beat the Jags at least once and maybe both times. The Jags need to find a way. We're looking at the podium, by the way, in Kansas City, awaiting Dougie P. and his press conference. He usually takes, what? Okay, we'll get to that. Just relax. All right. We'll get to it. He usually takes a few minutes in between. So let's take a look at the schedule. Here we go. Oh, boy. We'll be putting a red L on this Kansas City, which we kind of expected. But, again, You start with an onside kick, you recover, you get a turnover, you get no points out of both those. You win the turnover battle 3-0. It's frustrating. All right. I mean, again, you play, whatever. You lose the game, which was a lot like this 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 game. Okay? So that's what I mean. Now, they could be in a Super Bowl, and they could be in a Super Bowl, but they might have to play this team who also could be in a Super Bowl, and that's who you got next. So it's not easy. You're 3-7. I need 6 dubs, all right? I needed a split here. Now I'm thinking 3-8. You're going to have to win at Detroit, get to 4-8. You're going to have to split with the Titans. Maybe that one won't count, and that'll be 5. And then you're going to have to win one of these 3 to get to 6. It's not that hard, guys. Play good football. Keep playing good football and get to 6 wins. 6-11 is about the best we're going to do this year, I'm afraid. Hey, look, there's Dougie P. He's looking around. He's ready to meet the media. Got some comments. Let's listen in.
Dougie, experience with seem to keep going with that.
Yeah, great player. Does a great job outside the pocket, and that's where a lot of the big plays come from. And it's hard to defend. You got to play snap to whistle, and he's probably one of the best in football at it.
Trevor's performance today, obviously you'd like to have more points, but what did you make of it overall as it came out?
Yeah, obviously we'll look at the film, on the way back, but I thought he played well, had great poise, I know there's some pressure in the first half that we eliminated in the second half, and he played tough, had some big moments out there, made some big throws, and he just keeps showing improvement each week, and that's what all we can ask for, and just his growth and development, and it's just I think as a team today, it was just a game of missed opportunity.
Struggled to run the football throughout most of the game. Was that something the Chiefs did, or was it just a matter of you guys not able to execute certain plays? Or
it's a little bit of them, and obviously a little bit of us, and we got to pride ourselves a little bit more on running the ball and kind of controlling it a little bit, but they did a nice job of just kind of controlling the line of scrimmage at times, and but it's something we got to do. We got to clean it up. Obviously, we get time now this week to look at some stuff and get ready for the back half of this year.
Was Devin Lloyd injured, or was the decision just made to put Chad in there more in the second half?
Yeah, there was no injury. We just needed to get Chad in the game.
Was the plan always to do an onside kick to start if you had that opportunity, or was that something you just took right away?
I wasn't telling you on Wednesday that I was going to do it. It's just, there's things that you'd look at, and Heath and Luke do a great job of, studying the opponents, right? And anytime you can take an advantage of an opportunity, we're going to try to do that, and especially against a really good football team. You hope that by stealing that possession right there, you go down and get 3 or 7, right? And take a little sting out of the game a little bit, maybe out of the crowd. But it's unfortunate we got stopped on that first possession, and we had opportunities; they were there. We just didn't capitalize. But as the week went on, I just got more comfortable at taking the onside if it was there.
+3 in turnover, onside kick recover. You kind of did some of those intangible things that generally happen to teams that win games.
I think it was only 7 points maybe off all that, I think, and that's the game. That's the game for me. It comes down to missed opportunities, and it's a learning opportunity, for our football team that you create the takeaways, you get a great play on special teams, and really special teams kind of kept us in. The return game was outstanding today, and I think we even had a turnover on special teams, and we've got to score more. We got to score more points off of those takeaways.
Talk about the hard hitting. There was a couple of plays that they even threw a penalty flag on one on a roughing the passer and pulled it back. Is that the type of defense that you're wanting to coach? Hit them hard and take live right on the edge?
I mean, you want your guys to play aggressive and play physical and play within the rules. I mean, that's what we got to do. But you don't ever want to take the physicality away from anybody. Offense, defense, special teams, and we're gonna play. And this is a game too where you have to play snap to whistle, and we'll take a look at everything this week and just and see where we're at on some of those plays. But you never want to obviously hurt anybody, put anybody in harm's way. But again, at the same time, you want to keep the aggressiveness and the physicality of the game.
Mechanically wrong with the field goals that Riley missed?
I don't think so. I'll take a look at it, but just missed two kicks, and obviously can't do it. Can't give up points, right? These are the missed opportunities that we're talking about.
Were there miscommunication issues on defense? And I think all 4 touchdowns wide open. Just guys not getting in the right spots, not communicating, or what do you make of that?
Again, I think it has to come down to just watching the film and really making a better, give you a better answer, quite honestly, until I look at that and look at it and see exactly what happened.
What your message to these guys after a game like this, going into a bye when they have maybe a little bit more time to stew over it?
Biggest thing, you look at it, just like what I'm saying here, the missed opportunities, right? And when you play great football teams, and the Chiefs are one of those great football teams, well coached, you've got to capitalize. I know they pride themselves on taking care of the football. And when you can create those opportunities as a team, we have got to take advantage of that, and we didn't do it as a football team today. And so that's really the message, and it's about missed opportunities. But I will say this: I mean, it's not for lack of effort or anything like that at all. And we've played 10 straight weeks now. And so the team needs a break at this time. It's a good time for it to kind of step away, and I told them to kind of regroup and really think about the first 10, but more importantly, I want to think about the next back half of this, or third of this season, and really focus on that, and because I still think and I believe that our goals are still in front of us. Yeah, we made it a little bit harder today, but I think if we continue to improve, anything's possible moving forward.
Okay. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there he goes, Doug Peterson. Hey, put it bluntly and put it simple, missed opportunities, right? I said it's a damn shame. That's kind of the theme of it, right? You get 3 turnovers and an onside kick, and you get 7 points out of it. I mean, it's just not good enough. And they made too many bonehead plays, mistakes along the way, and Mahomes and the Chiefs are NFL elite. You can get down to the Raiders 17-0 at home. You can't get down to the Chiefs 14-0 on the road. You just can't. If you do, it's a death knell, and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened to the Jags today. They fought, they battled. Trevor's getting better, man. It's good to see. I feel like, I feel great about Peterson, and I feel great about Lawrence. I mean, I feel some good things are happening. Trevor's last 2 games have been very good. I like the way he's throwing the football. I like the decisions that he's making. I like when he takes off and runs. I don't like the sweep play. I would never run that again, Doug. 3rd and 2, they ran the sweep play today with Trevor. I hate that play. Pitch it to ETN and let him get the 2 yards. But that's just nitpicking, right? I mean, we all see plays that we don't like in the course of a football game. Doug Peterson has put his guys in position to be much better than 3-7. These games, and again, the talent is not quite there, right? And I don't know what's going on with Devin Lloyd. Why is Chad Muma having to play more? What's going on with Josh Allen? What's going on with Trayvon Walker? Those guys, the back end, we need help there. We're not quite good enough back there. They did an okay job on Kelsey. He's gonna get his at some point. Josh Allen talking to Brent after the game. Let's see what he has to say.
Great game for Cisco, man. I know he's going to continue to grow, continue to motivate guys around us, and I know he's going to continue to make plays for us. So just got to keep going.
Well, it wasn't just the interception, but he made 2 huge hits that avoided, any targeting.
First down, yeah.
Illegal hits. He led with his left shoulder instead of going after the head.
He's a smart player. He does what he's coached. And he made a lot of great plays today. And he's going to continue to grow. I know he is. That's the type of player he is, and we knew he can make those plays. So,
did you say earlier that you guys felt like you were sort of feeding off of him?
He was bringing that energy, man. He's making those plays that needed to be made, and Grant, you gotta roll off that. So you gotta feed off that energy, and he did a great job today.
Josh, how much does Patrick stretch that field both ways?
Yeah, I mean, from him and the whole offense, man, I think they did a great job. Kudos to them. And Patrick is a generational quarterback, but at the end of the day, man, I think we really beat ourselves because, I think we were in positions to make plays and we just didn't, So kudos to them, man, and hopefully them guys stay healthy and do what they need to do.
You guys drawing it up, you get 3 turnovers and win that part of the battle. You would have signed up for that any day of the week, I believe, right?
Most definitely, but then, when you play against a team like that, you can't make, what Coach Peterson talked about, little mistakes and mistakes that can cost us the games. And I think we had way too many of them. And, we just got to move on to the next one.
Go into the bye week. Yep. Obviously, it's not where you want it to be. How much do you need a break? Or how much do you still have left to gain here in these last 7 down the stretch?
I think, when a bye week comes, I think everybody needs it at some point. I think, 10 weeks in, and I think this is the best time that we can probably have it. So I think everybody needs it on this team, man. I think we can decompress and just get away from football for just a couple of days. I know we're going to be still studying Lamar, because we know what type of challenge we have that week. But just to step away from football, man, and just focus on other things is something I think we need, and we're going to utilize it the best we can.
Are you getting frustrated at all, production-wise, where you're at the last few weeks?
Of course, but, we just got to keep going.
Just got to keep going. Fair question from Brent. You should be frustrated. We need more from you. You're playing for a big, fat contract. It's not there. I think he has 3 sacks this year. And, we just haven't seen enough from 41, man. I thought 41 was going to be a dominant player in the National Football. I thought he was going to be like our Micah Parsons. Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it now in a while, and not sure. So he'll go into year 5, and Jags probably pick up his contract, his option year, and away we'll go. But, yeah, he's got to be better, man. He's got to be better. Again, we're talking now, we want to be an elite football team, and when you have the number 7 overall pick and the number 1 overall pick on the outside, those 2 guys should be wreaking havoc on quarterbacks. And you can feed me all the, Dan, they got pressures. That's what Marcel always tells me. Look at the pressures. I said, Marcel, what is a pressure? Here's a pressure, right? Mahomes, it's 3rd down towards the end of the game. We don't have much of a chance, but we're down 10. We got to get the ball back. Mahomes just slings it up to Valdez-Scantling. Here comes Trayvon Walker right in his face. Mahomes sees him coming, throws the ball, takes a hit. Is that a pressure? Big deal. Complete pass, 1st down. I don't get too excited about the pressures. Let's hear from Brent. He was at Arrowhead. Let's get his observations about today's loss in Kansas City.
Kind of figured the Jaguars would need something special to happen if they wanted to pull the upset as almost 10-point underdogs here in Kansas City. And you know what? They did some things that were special. Recover an onside kick early. They get 3 turnovers against Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs offense, and even another one on special teams. So they gave themselves opportunities to put themselves in position to win the game, and then they didn't take advantage of it. As soon as they got momentum, they didn't keep the momentum and capitalize on all those mistakes, and that started early with the onside kick, a drop pass by Christian Kirk, got nothing out of it. The turnover, got nothing out of it. Riley Patterson missed field goals on 2 occasions. That might be a problem, and you just can't do that probably every week in the National Football League, although the Jags seem to do a good bit of that, but you definitely can't do it against the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, he's special. It's fun to watch. And the Jags defense, didn't really have enough answers when they needed them the most in critical situations. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs win 27-17. The good news here, Trevor Lawrence looked good again. This was a bit more about the people around Trevor not helping him. The offensive line early on, maybe receivers not getting open downfield. There were coverage sacks. Jawan Taylor had a tough couple of moments in this game. A touchdown taken off the board by a Cam Robinson penalty. Trevor Lawrence did his part in this football game, and that's back-to-back weeks. That's probably the most encouraging thing going forward for the Jags as they head into a bye week and then take on the Baltimore Ravens. Now 3-7 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Man, it feels like it should be so much better than that. But the reality is, it isn't. Jaguars lose 27-17 to the Kansas City Chiefs. So he's on the road with the Jags this time in Kansas City. I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jags.
You know what I love about Brent? I love how Brent has created his own sig-out. I think that's outstanding. Always on the road with the Jags in Kansas City this time. That's outstanding right there by Mr. Martineau. Yeah, good observations, and he's right. He's right. You know, 3-7 feels like it should be better. All right, so Trevor Etienne had 100 yards yesterday for the Gators. Travis Etienne today didn't get the ball a lot. I think he had 11 for 41. For 45 yards, and he talked to Brent after the game as well.
Could you tell they were locked in on you today, early?
Most definitely. Definitely, they wanted us getting outside. Probably should have did more inside zones, but I definitely was keyed in.
You guys, I don't think you could have drawn a start up better, right? Coming off the onside kick. How much did it hurt to not get anything out of that? Points-wise.
Nah, it really hurt. But I mean, I feel like that's just football. We took a chance, we made a great play, and we just got to come out of the way, score points, get 3 on the board or something. Just this extra possession, we got to find a way to get anything right there, and we just didn't, and that's what it is. I mean, don't do no good to sulk on it, you know.
Does it feel a little bit same story? A lot of good things, but just not enough points on the board, not cashing in enough?
Definitely. We lost. We're not here to justify the loss or make ourselves feel better about anything. I feel like I just got to put the film to bed and find ways to get better. And obviously, people are going to key in on me going on in the future. I just got to find a way to make something out of nothing, and I got to continue to get better.
What did they do besides just loading the box? Anything different than other defenses have done?
They were just shooting the gaps. I feel like backside backers were shooting gaps, so they wanted us getting outside. They wanted us getting outside to the perimeter, and the cutback's not there because the backers just shooting them gaps. So it's all gapped out. I felt like we should have did more inside zones. You see, we came to it. Got a couple good gains, and so they had a good game plan. I just got to be better. I feel like make a guy miss or something. Just try to do something special and make a spark for the team.
How much momentum did you guys grab? The touchdown late, the turnover, then coming out of the gates like a 9-minute drive, but the penalty obviously was big to take the touchdown off.
Nah, I mean, I feel like definitely we had a lot of momentum going into half. I feel like we could have had a little more, just made that field goal. That kind of hurt us. We didn't come out and get that penalty. That kind of hurt. So I feel like we left a lot of points out there, but we got to keep overcoming. That's what football is about, the highs and lows, and we just got to find ways to keep overcoming and not hurting ourselves.
Do you feel like Trevor's in the confidence, the rhythm, the last 2 weeks of where he's at, he's in a good place?
Definitely. But I feel like it's all about evolving and continue to grow and getting better each and every week. So he's in a good place, but we still got to continue to grow together as a team.
How big are these last 7 after the bye week to continue that part of it? That development, that growth, that offense, the second half of the year.
I'm definitely going to help. I feel like the bye weeks, the guys are going to go home, reset, get recalibrated, get their minds right, get their bodies right. Now we're going to come in with a new fire, new energy, and just I feel like that's going to propel us forward.
All right, that's Travis Etienne, not to be confused with his brother Trevor, which I often do. Jaguars lose 27-17. I'm sorry. I wanted to update Buffalo and the Vikings. I was watching because somehow that game went to overtime. and the Vikings are driving, and they're down on the Buffalo 5-yard line. But it's first possession, so Buffalo will get a chance to respond. But the clock is moving, so there's like half the quarter. It's a 10-minute overtime, you remember, so half of it's gone. But, I mean, I'm telling you, Justin Jefferson has had a game for the ages, man. He is unbelievable and probably the best receiver in the game today, with all due respect to all those other guys, because there's a lot of good ones out there. But, man, oh, man, why didn't we draft him? But that's neither here nor there. Jags lose 3-7, bye week time. They go forward. Did not run the ball effectively today. 11 for 45 is okay, but, you know, look, they tried to take away the run, and Lawrence was able to take advantage. I think he threw for about 260 today. So who did you say we have now? Andre Cisco, who really, one guy who played his off today on the defensive side of the ball. Let's hear from the Cisco kid.
Just looking to improve every week, so just practice, picking up the intensity as much as we could, preparing the right way. And so as a secondary, we did that, and it was able to show between me, Rayshawn, and the other guys. They all contributed well.
How would you evaluate the defense's performance today?
It wasn't good enough. Definitely wasn't good enough. I feel like we have to stop the run better at times. That we had some explosive runs that is not like us, and then like I said, explosive passes, just being on our keys at all times, communicating better.
Did you pretty much know when the crowd was booing over the first hit that it was perfectly legal? Because it just looked like you were leading with your left shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, I had no clue. Those hits is like, it's up to the referees. But I wasn't. I'm obviously leading with my shoulder. That's how I hit usually. So I seen the replay. It looked like it was close, but no call.
How do you have to attack this team being physical? I mean, Rayshawn delivered a big blow. You obviously have delivered big. I mean, you have to. I know it's a physical game, but with this team especially, you gotta do that more.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to play hard. Every whistle, you got to finish to the end with them scrambling and doing different things like that. And they got talented players, so you try to, establish dominance as much as you can.
What about the interception? What did you see? How did it come together for you?
We were in the zone. I took the back at the backfield and just normal scramble drill. And he threw it out. I was able to make a play.
Doug said that this one another learning experience for you guys. I know they're all learning experiences. Is there ever a moment where you kind of say, like, that's not good enough? We need to go beyond that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all game I felt that way. There was just times where, we had a chance to swing the momentum, get off the field on third down, and do stuff like that, and we didn't get a chance to. So that's what you got to do to beat these teams.
If you came in here, though, and you get 3 turnovers and you steal a possession on an onside kick, you're a little surprised at the way this result came, given those statistics?
It happens. It happens sometimes, and you got to capitalize on every opportunity you get, offensively and defensively. It's just what we got to do.
How good is Mahomes in live action?
He's as advertised to make all the throws and kept me on my toes in terms of just keeping my depth because, you don't want to end up in a position where your back is to him.
He is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, Andre. Andre will join us live tomorrow on Jags Report Live, so we'll have that for you. We'll be at Sneakers. Coming out and hang out with us if you would like. Jags heading into a break, much-needed break, as you heard Doug Peterson say. Jags lose today, 27-17. Really had opportunities, man. It's a damn shame. That's the name of the game today, damn shame. So Jags fall short, and you can't make mistakes against the NFL's elite, and that's what they did, and that's why they lost. But I will say this, if this was a game in the last 2 years, Jags would have lost 45-10. You know what I'm saying? So there's your lose big, lose small. Huh? Try. I can't kill him today. I can't. I see some good things, but yeah. But I can do that when we're playing the Raiders, and I can do this when we're playing, the Giants, and I can do that when we're playing the Texans, and I can do this when we're losing to other teams, but I can't do this when we're losing to the Chiefs and the Eagles. I mean, they're the 2 best teams probably in the NFL right now, and they may face each other in the Super Bowl. We shall see. Anyway, Trevor hasn't taken the podium yet, so you're going to have to tune in tonight on Action Sports Jax Primetime if you want to hear his post-game comments. Because I'm going to go watch the end of the Vikings-Bills game. There's only 3:45 left, and Minnesota's up by 3. So appreciate you hanging out with us on the post-game show. Jags 3-7, bye week time, 2 weeks from today, at home against Baltimore in the bank. We need one of those to be like that Buffalo game from a couple years ago. All right? Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you tonight. So long.
It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jacks postgame show, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.